All right, we're back. Week 14. We're down to the final 5. One more week, and we are locked into the final 4, where your rosters are all but kind of locked in. Not completely, but mostly. We got Max in the booth. Say what's up. Made it to the final 5.
How's it going? How's it going? We're happy to be alive. That's all I'm really gonna say for now. Just happy to be here.
As you should. It's down to Max, Jack, Walker, Fleming, and Jake, who might be joining. We'll see. He said in the chat he might, but he also may be busy now. We heard from him once earlier this year. Max and Jake, somewhat beefing, mostly initiated by Max. So it'd be fun to have them in the booth today.
I'm beefing with everybody.
Max really is. Max is coming for
no one. I got more important things. Just kidding. I got other things I'm worrying about right now. Gamers. Yeah. At time of recording, Indiana is down 7-3 against the evil Ohio State University, bunch of cheaters. And I think everyone in the league can agree that we don't want Ohio State to win another national championship.
We don't, but we do like the wide receivers that come from Ohio State. They're kind of cool.
Well, for all you dynasty heads out there, Elijah Surratt coming out of Indiana next year might be a good value pick in your dynasty leagues.
I'll keep that in mind. I am in dynasty leagues, but I still don't follow college as much as I probably should.
He's a stud. He's a Michael Pittman kind of receiver. You can probably get him decently late, but he's a great possession receiver college-wise. He's not going to knock you off the tape in terms of outrunning guys, but he always finds the holes in the zone. So remember, Elijah Surratt, gamers.
There we go.
That's your deep cut. That's all you get, though.
Otherwise, rest is charged. All right, this week, it was the Seahawks defense was our leading scorer, and that was on Ben's starting roster, even though he got chopped. So they did their best to try to help him, but it wasn't enough.
Crazy. 30 points, right? They put up like 30 points.
32, I think, was the number, yeah.
Yeah. And this guy wanted to be ranked top 5. That's crazy.
I mean, well, now there are only 5 teams, so he would be top 5 now.
It's crazy. He wanted to be top 5, but he didn't even make it that far. All he had to do was survive another week, and he would have achieved his dream.
Max with a couple drinks is going to be ruthless tonight.
Yeah, I'm a little sauced, but that makes it more fun.
We're giving Walker the 7th place. How I'm working it when 2 people get eliminated one week. Whoever has the lower score is the lower place.
You mean Jack Potter, not Walker?
Did I say Walker? Yeah. Thanks for catching
Walker.
me.
Walker's still alive.
Walker's still alive. Jack Potter is dead. 7th place. We'll get to more of him on his slide. I had him higher in my rankings. Ben was lower in my rankings. He got chopped, which I guess in theory would make more sense. Potter just had a bad week with Amon-Ra, really putting up the 0, getting injured the first snap of the game, basically. So, tough break. That was the main story of Potter. And then Ben also chopped. Seahawks defense tried to help carry him. Wasn't enough. Didn't really get enough production from anyone else.
Turns out the Benny dogs weren't immortal.
6th place, though. I think that's Ben's best placement on the year, or in his time in this league in 3 years. So, good stuff for Ben. All right, Grim Reapers. I've trimmed down the pictures on the slide because now we got 4 people in the 3 category. Travion Henderson joining the group, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. One of these is not like the other. Amon-Ra was on mine and Ryan's eliminated team, and it was not his fault. It was completely his fault for Potter, but because of injury, not because of lack of performance. Travion makes sense to be on here, and he was on Ben's team most recently, bumping him up to the 3 group.
I don't think St. Brown's going to be a Grim Reaper this week unless Walker's team completely lays an egg, which is entirely possible.
I think he's the only one of these 4 that is rostered / being started at least. Yeah. So there is that. No one's in the mix to become a 4 except for Amon-Ra. But a lot of these 2s that I've kept the ones that are At least I didn't look too deeply, but like seem to be the best players, like the actually rosterable players that have been on 2 eliminated teams. Some new ones at the bottom: Saquon, Drake May, Josh Jacobs, Judkins, Puka. All were on either Potter or Ben's team this past week. Actually, most of them were on Potter. A lot of it was 2 of these were Potter just picking up from Johnny the week before, Drake May and Josh Jacobs, just to subsequently start them and also get chopped. So these are the trending ones: Drake May and Josh Jacobs. I guess you could say Judkins as well, except with Johnny and then Ben. These 3 have been causing eliminations recently. Keep an eye on them. We'll see if we get any 4s by the end of the year. Except now with people not getting dropped after this week, it's pretty hard to have overlapping players, you know, because once you're chopped and they were in your starting lineup, they're locked in. So anyway, top 25 last week. It was Fleming getting the first star of the season for his squad. Good stuff from him. And then Walker getting a flame. Average score here was 128, which is significantly down from where we've normally been, 16% down. And looking at the bottom 25%, it was Jack getting his first trash can of the season. And then Potter. And I don't know why. I look at that picture and then I say Walker. I don't know why. That's what's happened twice now. I don't know what about that.
They don't
picture.
look the same to me.
They don't look the same, but I don't know what is my brain's doing there. But Potter and Ben.
One of them is significantly more handsome than the other. But
Yes.
we'll let them figure out which one's which.
I'm pretty sure this picture of Potter is like a high school picture, probably. Maybe I just roasted it. Maybe it's not.
Maybe. We'll let them figure out which one's more handsome.
Yeah. Average score here was 110. It's well up from what we're used to seeing. Potter was below 100. Ben was above, so first player above 100 to get chopped. We still have not had a week on the season where everyone was above 100. We almost had it this week, but Potter could not pull through. Probably would if Amon-Ra didn't get hurt, but tough scene. Look at this box and whisker plot. It's just like the week I got eliminated, except even tighter, but less people, so it kind of makes sense.
You're a has-been. I mean, what if it's been, 6 weeks? You know,
What lowest high score? You said?
Yeah, whatever it takes to, unfortunately, yeah. I mean, look at how condensed that is. That's crazy.
Do you want to hear a crazier thing, actually? Not only is it
Yes.
the lowest high score in 6 weeks, which is correct, because then there was this week here with Walker in week 7. You look even farther back, this is only the 4th highest. This is the 4th lowest high score of 13 weeks on the entire season, only higher than weeks 1, 2, and 7.
That's crazy.
And week 7 wasn't that the huge bye week? Or no, week 8 was the big bye week.
Week 8 was the bipocalypse.
Bipocalypse. Okay, yeah. So that's crazy. And this is with no buys. No one was on bye week 13. Isn't that crazy?
I just don't understand the fucking Indiana 4th and 8. God damn it. I don't understand the I don't understand how they plan out the buys. No buys week 13, but now we got buys week 14, and doesn't hurt me as much as it hurts others, but it's just so bizarre that they haven't figured. It's not that they haven't figured it out. I'm sure they do it just to fuck with everyone, but I don't know. It's weird. I mean,
why they don't do buys on week 13?
No, just why they don't evenly space the buys. Like you got 2 teams on buys in week 5,
imagine the
and
headache
then
of creating that NFL schedule. It's like a puzzle.
and then
you're trying to put
6
together.
in week 8, and then no buys week 13, and then all of a sudden Christian McCaffrey's on the bye this week, and it just doesn't. It's so bizarre. Did they kick the field goal? They fucking missed it. God damn it. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, Jake getting CMC. We'll get to the bye week slide. Actually, we're almost there. Let's just get there. But let's hit up the Charmin Ultra Soft play of the week from last week. Was Jake once again abusing the reverse jinx before his studs have even played? That being CMC and Bijan hadn't even played, and he was already, saying GG's. Just like this one might not have been as egregious as other times, but you're a repeat offender of this, so we're gonna keep calling it out. Yeah. Anything to add, Max?
It's such a shame. I mean, the cowardice being shown by Jake. It's the paper paper thin mentality of, oh no, well I'm gonna lose. You didn't lose, buddy. You threw in the towel 2 weeks, 2 hours before your best players even played. At this point, it's gotten to a point where it's like this shit's got to be rage bait, and we're just falling for it
I
every
think you are
week.
falling for it, Max.
Yeah, I mean, I'm easily triggered when it comes to stuff like this. Unfortunately, it's one of my defects. But unfortunately, Jake, nobody's changing your diaper this week. You know, you, me, and Fleming are all right now, right projected around the same. So we'll see what happens. And McCaffrey being on a bye this week is a big problem for him. So we'll see what he's got. But I don't really want to spend too much time talking about a dead man. Apparently, in
Ooh,
his eyes.
got him. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, he's
he's in
dead.
trouble. He's in
In
trouble
his
this week.
eyes, he's dead. He's been dead for 4 weeks. It's crazy.
I know, but he's still here
Yep. Here
somehow.
we go.
All right, this is a shit show, to be honest, of the waiver wire, but I kind of wanted to include everything because it was a very important waiver wire period. On the right, I've kind of tried to combine everything that Jack won. Most notably was JSN. For 17, he made sure he outbid and the highest possible bid from anyone else, which would have been 16 from Jake. Jake bid 15 to get Josh Jacobs, so then there isn't really much left other than Walker, who had a chunk, and he spent 12 to get Puka. So those were the big ones, and then I guess I'll keep going on the right here. Bowers was the other big one from Jack. He got him for 10. He got CeeDee Lamb for 9. Looks like
Williams got a concussion.
I find it interesting that Walker. I don't know how I feel about Walker's. If you look around at Walker's bids, he didn't bid anything on Jacobs, which I guess may be fair. You don't want him, but 12 on Puka seemed to be his biggest bid. And then he had put 10 on CD, and he put 8 on Amon Ra. None on JSN. He just knew it wasn't possible. I guess didn't want Bowers. I don't know. Puka's great. It does seem like he loses touchdown upside because of, Devontae Adams and Kyron, you can say, but that Kyron isn't really anything new. Puka is not like blowing up like 30-point games anymore, and I kind of think we're at the point in the season where you need that upside. And not to say Puka cannot do that, he's just not showing that he is currently doing it. And I think it's mainly because Devontae Adams kind of gets all the touchdowns. So Puka gets like a guaranteed 10 a week, 12 a week, 15 a week, you could even say, but like, is that enough to win you a championship down the stretch? Is my thought on Puka. But looking at everyone else on the board, I don't know if there's anyone else that's more flashy. I guess CeeDee Lamb, and he did bid on CD as well. Amon-Ra injured slightly, so there's that. So I guess maybe he just went with who he thought was the best available. So I don't hate that. Walker also lands Tyler Warren, Seattle defense. That could matter a lot. I haven't checked their matchups, but it almost seems like it doesn't matter that much. Let me check real quick who they have down the stretch. They have Atlanta, then Indy, then the Rams, then Week 17 championship, Carolina.
Fuck.
Could be good or bad. Is that about Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
52-yard pass to Ohio State.
Oh, or that.
Jeremiah Smith. Give me a fucking break. Yeah, it's obviously Jack cleaned up this week. He got pretty much whoever he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Seattle's got a good matchup next week, and then next couple of weeks it gets tricky because they play. I'm pretty sure, like you said, I'm pretty sure they play LA again. I think they play San Fran again. So maybe that's a 1-week rental kind of deal, but you never know. I mean, Seattle's defense has been so good all year.
You can start against Indy, I think.
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, it's always scary when you play a defense against Johnny Taylor, especially with how he's been playing this season. I know Daniel Jones has been on a broken leg, I guess, for the better part of the, which crazy, by the way. Guy's playing with a broken fibula. That's insane. Good on him.
That is wild.
Yeah, you got to give him credit. We'll see. I get what you're saying about Puka, but at the end of the day, Puka's. I think he's like the wide receiver 5 on the year.
Is he really? Let me check.
It helps to have good floor guys on your team. You don't need
Look,
you don't need all of your guys being boom guys.
He is a
And
wide receiver 4. You're correct, and he did
yeah,
put up
so
29 and a half week 4, so he has put up 30, but only
yeah,
broken
it's just
20 twice on the whole season.
yeah.
That's an interesting
Yeah,
one.
when I watch Devontae Adams, it feels like I'm watching the Packers back in 2020 when Aaron Rodgers was throwing Adams the ball on every goal line touch. My God, that was incredible to watch, and it feels like it's happening again this year because Adams is just unguardable when it comes to these short routes.
Yep.
He'll beat pretty much anybody off the line, and I had the pleasure of watching him for 4 or 5 years, really, when he started blossoming. The guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and as long as he keeps doing what he's doing, I don't really see a reason why Stafford isn't going to um, keep throwing him the ball. But Puka's good enough to where it's worth taking the shot to try and capitalize on what he's got.
Yeah, I don't think there were better options out there, to be fair.
No.
And I think I'm being too harsh on Puka. You're right, he is a wide receiver 4. I'm just speaking from experience last year when I played too many safe plays when I was in the Final Four and I had the best roster, and I got chopped because I didn't take any risks. And
Happens to
all
the
my
best of us.
guys, it happens. But an interesting thing looking at Puka's stat or game log, first 5 weeks, he had 8 or more catches every single week. These last 5 weeks, he has never hit 8 catches. He has 7 or less every week.
Yeah, I know it feels like that's going to stay the same forever, but it won't.
I mean,
Something's
yeah,
going to happen in the
something will break
playoffs.
through. He's still a beast.
He's good enough, and so is Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, especially in this point of the season. Obviously Jack had the big fab advantage. Good on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's heavily projected to be the winner this week, but we'll see. Crazy shit happens.
Yeah, I don't
So
think Jack goes this week, but I think.
it probably
Yeah,
won't
I'm not
be.
saying he's locked to win the whole thing. This league there's too much randomness. Anything can happen. I'm not going to give
I
him the
mean, he's
crown
got
now.
everyone he could probably possibly want aside from maybe McCaffrey
Pretty much, and
and
he's. I think if Jake
Bijan.
goes this week, then he drops Bijan, Jamar,
That's why I'm.
CMC. That's a big.
We'll get into that cutting list scenario later
Yeah.
because
You held
I've
on to
got
your
my
two
dream
fab.
scenarios for sure,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah, you held on to your two fab this week. You ended up getting Saquon for 0, which I guess
I got
that
lucky,
could be good. Yeah, these
really
guys would have
lucky.
gotten them if they didn't hit other bids.
Yeah,
Fleming did spend, and he spent 1 to get Dak and 1 to get Judkins, and that is pretty much it. Jack Colston over here also spent $1 to get the Cleveland defense just to trade the Browns to Fleming, but we'll get to that as well.
Walker spent $8, but he was over budget.
On Amon-Ra.
Yeah. Oh, it's because he blew his budget on Puka. That's what happened.
I know. So he could have. So Jake, here's how in theory, let's do a theoretical. Jake was going to hit this 15 for Jacob, so Jake only has 1 fab. Any bid you see from Jake would not have hit if it was more than $1. So this 9 would not have hit. Jack's 8 on this would have been after his CD Lamb bid. So Jack valued CD Lamb over Puka. And I think I might have too, just from the upside perspective. But yeah, so Jack would have already hit JSN, Bowers, CD, not Amon-Ra. So Jack would have gotten Puka for 8, unless Walker had the flexibility to move down 3 fab if he wanted, or if he knew, in theory.
Yeah, but it's impossible
to know. And then he could have, and then he would have also gotten Amon-Ra for 8, or these could have flipped. The Puka and Amon-Ra who got them could have flipped depending on how the bidding went. It looks like. But he ended up getting Amon-Ra in the trade, so,
We'll see.
Blah, blah, blah. All nullifies, essentially.
A lot of time left to go.
I know. Wait, what do you mean?
No, I just said a lot of time left to go.
Like in the slides?
No, I mean just in general, like, did these guys make the right choices going after the guys they got?
Yeah, so time will tell. And we already hit this game, so we don't really need to talk about it, other than that Max, you had no one, which at first was trending to be a good thing because it was a slow start to the game, kind of. And then Gibbs pops off for Jack. Jake kind of has the biggest disappointment from this game with Pickens and Fergie only combining for like 15 points. And then everyone else had decent enough performances, I would say, to start off the week, and they should feel okay.
Yeah, I knew that this game was, to a certain extent, was going to be a track meet. I wasn't sure who was going to be the breakout. I mean, I guess in hindsight, I should have probably projected Gibbs. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you. I'm still in striking distance, and 4 of the 5 teams, it just gives me a better idea of where I have to be in terms of scoring in order to win. So I'm not too worried about it. But good on Jack actually for having the most money this pay pig to ride out these 3 guys, and we'll see what happens.
We shall. And Monday night, how we will end the week. Hopefully it'll be... We always love a good, exciting Monday night game. Eagles-Chargers. Eagles favored slightly. Kind of a low over-under, so it could be a low-scoring game. We've got Hurts, Saquon, A.J. Brown, Omari, and Hampton. Have we confirmed or denied? I mean,
He's
I
back.
think he's playing, right? 100%.
Playing.
But will it
playing.
or will it not be a shared backfield at all? Is the question in his first week back.
Yeah, we don't know, unfortunately.
Are you starting him?
I mean, there's a real possibility that I'm rolling into Monday Night Football with both Hampton and Barkley as flex plays. We'll see what happens and how I feel, but we can talk about that later.
There you go. And then I don't think anyone's starting Gadsden, but I threw his name down.
No, Gadsden
was on a heater mid-season and then kind of cooled off.
Had fun.
Had some fun. All right, down to the final 5. We got Ben and Potter getting chopped here, and that leaves Jack, Jake, Max, Walker, and then Fleming in his own group down here below. The total points on here between Ben and Potter. Fleming is the guy from the bottom tier, like mid-season, that I said someone's going to make it through. He made it the farthest, but he has not made it to the Final 4 yet. But I did say I think someone from that bottom tier of Fleming, me, Ryan. I kind of included Ben in that. There was someone else though in that bottom tier.
It was was it? It was Mitch for a while.
Oh, Mitchell. Yeah, me, Ryan, Fleming, Mitchell. You could say Ben. I said someone of that is going to make the Final 4, and Fleming is now the only one with a chance to do that. But if that holds true, Fleming is surviving this week. But yeah, well, fun stuff. Good work, Fleming. Us guys down at the bottom are rooting for you, I think. Shows that it's possible. We've got $11 left. This happens always like the last 2 weeks. It comes down to a very low number. Jack has more than half of that money. He can hit 2 $3 bids and guarantee getting the 2 best players from any team that gets chopped this week. That will, vary greatly based off of what team gets chopped, because some teams are much more loaded than others. Walker.
Really, he's only got 1 week to use that money.
Yeah, you have to spend it this week. The only thing that could come up is someone that's still sitting on waivers all of a sudden grows in value a ton by like an injury or something. Otherwise, you don't need to save your money for anything, really. Jake with 1, Fleming with $0 left to spend. I did not update these percentages. 54 is correct, but 0 should be 0. So whatever.
It's whatever.
It's whatever.
The idea.
You guys get it. Our buys this week, 4 teams on buy. Big names are probably CMC, Drake May,
Tet,
Dowdle, I
Rico.
guess. But that seems to be becoming more of a split. And then the Giants, I don't know. I did say Dart. I do like Dart potentially later in the season. But yeah, that's who's on bye this week. Obviously Ricky Pearsall. I'm sorry, I know that's a big bummer for anyone.
You can't forget about Ricky Pearsall.
These graphs are going to be kind of funny to look at this week. This is got cut off. Fantasy Pros versus Sleeper. The funny thing is the Sleeper is
everyone's trash.
Everyone's trash
except for
relative to Jack. But Sleeper is already including performance from Thursday night, and Fantasy Pros is not. So even with that, it's still nothing really changes ultimately. The only thing that, let's see, anyone that moved up on the sleeper, that I guess that would be Walker moved up on the sleeper. Max, you moved up on the sleeper after Thursday night, and Jake moved down because of down to the left. I mean, so because of his not great performance on Thursday, but that's that one. Next week, rest of season, kind of similar. Jack's obviously way up there. Walker and Max, you guys are showing better than average rest of season outlook, so you guys are looking to be stronger down the stretch than Fleming and just barely Jake, but especially better than Fleming. Yeah, I think he would be the team where if he got eliminated, that would not really help Jack that much. No offense. I don't think there's many people on Fleming's team that would be a huge upgrade or even an upgrade at all for Jack, just because Jack's team is so loaded. But that would imply that everyone else is rooting for Fleming to get eliminated. Unfortunately, anyone that's not... Everyone else would... Yes, yeah. I think in a way it would be in Walker, Jake's, and you Max's your best interest for Fleming to get eliminated so that Jack can't get even better. But, you also could hope for a team like Jake or Walker. One of you three gets eliminated. There's probably more than 3 people that are worth rostering, and Jack can only get 2 of them, in theory. So, I don't know. You could look at it both ways. Yeah, there's that one. And then position strength budget. There's not really much budget left to work with, but Jack is still dominating it. Max and Walker both above average on position strength and have a couple bucks. And it goes down and down. So, yeah, to Jake and Fleming. So, in summary, not much really to discuss here. I think Jack is the obvious best, and I think Walker and Max are kind of floating in a decent who-knows territory. I think this will probably be the last week I do the quadrant box because there's only 4 teams left after this week. There's not really much to differentiate. And then Fleming and Jake down in the red. Although Fleming, in theory, more in the red than Jake, but they are both all in the red in all these, so it is what it is. All right, let's get into the slides. Fleming's team, he's got the star this week, first star, only his second positive accolade on the entire season. Got to respect rolling with A.J. Brown, and got to respect picking up Vidal after the news came out that Hampton was not returning and just plugging him right in, and he produced. And also, shout out Bucky Irving finally came back, so kind of 3 interesting guys at the top of his lineup. Lots of moves. His moves were, in summary, spent $1 on Jacoby Myers, $1 on T. Higgins, $1 on Judkins, and then got a bunch of other guys that at this point in the season, I mean, you can get them for free, and they're all pretty startable. So he picked up 9 people, and I want to say like 3 or 4 of these guys made his lineup. He traded T to get Jamison Williams, who he started, had a decent game. He traded ETN to get the Browns D, who will be starting, and they have a good matchup against Tennessee, so that should help him a lot this week. Yeah. 5 is the worst thing to have on this chart, so I guess he had the worst. Wow, they had J-Mo better than A.J. Brown this week. That's interesting. And J-Mo is the number 5th wide receiver 1. A.J. Brown is the 4th wide receiver 2. Yeah, I'd say he's off to a decent start to the week with J-Mo and Dak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. We'll see what happens. Long week.
Kind of a short week. It's 24 hours. Well, it's going to be...
Yeah, it says he has James Cook, but he doesn't have James Cook anymore. That's interesting.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he does. No, Fleming doesn't have James Cook.
Oh, this is Walker's now. I changed slides.
Oh, Walker. Well, okay. Oh, fuck. Sorry. My bad.
I just clicked it. It just kept going. We're cruising.
All right, fair enough.
Walker's team. Funny thing from last week, he didn't have anyone score more than 20 points, but he was the second highest scorer. So that just means he was pretty much top to bottom pretty solid. Nico 19 leading the way. Jags D. Defenses are important at this point. I mean, obviously Seattle getting 30 plus, Jags getting 18. Like, if you have one of those defenses on any of these weeks this week, that really does set you apart. When everyone's team is loaded, you need something to set you apart, and that can typically be the defense. Yeah, Josh Allen, James Cook, they got the Bengals this week. That could be good or bad, I guess. Weirdly enough, after last week, I mean, something's up with Lamar, but That was a fun thing to watch on Thanksgiving. Was the Bengals beating the? Oh, I wish Jake was here. I could trash talk him about the. He's a Ravens fan.
Yeah, it's too bad
But
Lamar's trash now.
I know, man. Who knew? He should
He's
probably
got
just retire.
he's dealing with something. He's dealing with some injury.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, if Lamar figures it out, we'll see if Jake's team's able to come back. But unfortunately for Jake, just like Maryland football, the Ravens are going to be irrelevant unless Lamar Jackson gets that monkey off his back. It's a shame to watch a guy as great as Lamar just continue to blow it in the playoffs. It's hard to feel bad for the guy, unfortunately, but
I
that's
don't.
just the way it is. Yeah, no, he's we're I don't know. His team's about as solid as it gets
What,
right
Walker?
now. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
He is
it's.
the second on like the
I
Fantasy
mean, he's
Pros
banking big
ratings.
on Buffalo. You know,
He is banking
um,
big on Buffalo, and he
banking big on Buffalo.
big thing move he made this week was trading away Jonathan Taylor to get Amon Ra and James Cook. That ultimately is just kind of him saying he'd rather have two guys that are, two studs instead of one. Even though
Yeah,
the one
I don't
stud could
blame him
literally
for
be game
doing it.
changing. No, I don't.
It's
I
the
don't.
right move.
He got a
I
couple
mean, if
bucks
I was
too.
him and I traded JT for those two, I'd do it. I mean, I guess the question is the JT magic gone now that people know Daniel Jones broke his leg?
That's
I mean,
true.
ever since that shit came out, JT has not been running the ball as well as he
Watch
used to.
that end up being like the dagger on
It could be.
Jack.
It's very possible. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, the Colts were what? They were the number one team in the NFL going into Week 10, and then
Now they've kind of
all
fallen
of a
hard.
sudden, all this stuff came out, and they're just not playing as well. And
Put in Anthony
Jacksonville,
Richardson. He's ready.
yeah, that's right. That's I agree with you for sure. Anthony
I,
Richardson. Let's just
Richardson.
put him in there. Who cares? I mean, it's
Anthony
yeah.
Richardson.
We'll see. I mean, they're if they beat Jacksonville this weekend, a lot of this stuff goes away. But
Because
you
Jacksonville's
don't know.
not a joke right now.
No, they're not. Trevor Lawrence is a joke, but Jacksonville is not.
Oh man.
So we'll see. I mean, everybody's team's going to look solid. It's going to be hard to project who's going to lose, but no complaints here. If I had Walker's team, I'd be feeling good, especially with how Javonte and well, I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky.
It is.
You never know. I mean, we'll see how good Puka is. He put all that money into Puka. We'll see how good Puka performs. No Drake London, no Kirk, no Kittle, Lad McConkey on the bench. I mean, I think that's an interesting choice when you're deciding between him and RJ Harvey.
That
But
is tough.
here
But
we
they
are.
got Vegas, so you would think that Harvey's got. I mean, Harvey's
You
getting all
think
the
so?
work, and he has Drake
You
London,
think
by
so?
the way. So like, he could put Drake London on his IR and pick someone else up. But I guess I don't know. He knows he'll
We'll
just have
see.
to drop someone next week. Probably could drop Swift. It seems to be a weird, like Monongai
Swift has a
split
bad
right
matchup
now.
against those Green Bay Packers,
Oh yeah,
who I hear are pretty good this year.
they are pretty good this year. Bears,
Micah
number one seed in the
Parsons.
NFC. How about that?
I'm thankful for Jerry Jones. They're number one for now.
For now.
So
All right, Jake's team kind of not a ton to report on. Jacobs was the big bid, $15. He still has $1 left.
yeah, we
Um,
can just move on.
he's dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead. Who cares?
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see what he could have done if he didn't spend
Yeah,
15 on Jacobs. Like he could have
yeah,
maybe
dude,
spent
it
some more
sucks, man.
elsewhere. But
Rip Jake.
yeah, R.I.P. though. I mean,
Was fun. See you next year.
but even without CMC this week, that is obviously the big killer for him this week is no CMC, and then he has a bad start to the week. So yeah, he really is probably just dead.
Yeah, poor
But
guy.
Bijan, you got his only hope is another big Bijan week. Jamar, big week. It's a big game. Isn't it supposed to snow? I think in Buffalo, so I don't know if that's gonna be good for Jamar or not.
It doesn't matter. Great quarterbacks perform in the weather.
They do. We wrecked Buffalo in the playoffs like
Mhm.
3 years ago in the snow in their home field. It's So let's do it
Yeah,
again.
it's just a shame, what happened to Jake. It sucks.
I know
Poor guy.
you'd like to make the top five, the final
There were
four,
no
but
diapers strong enough to handle all the urine he was pissing every week. It sucks.
oh
Poor
man.
guy.
All right,
That sucks.
it's a darn shame. All right, Max, what do you got? You had Mahomes. The Mahomes and Rashee Rice stack was made you feel pretty good last week, and then you almost blew it.
Yeah, that was not good. I don't have a ton to say. I mean, the team's mostly going in the same way they came in. Um, I just gotta ride Mahomes as far as he'll take me. I mean, Mahomes has just
Oh,
been so good
gonna
this
ride him.
year. I'm gonna ride him. I'm riding with my Mahomies. That's my team name.
There you go.
Um, yeah, I
Rolling.
mean, I'm gonna ride.
You
I'm
should
gonna
change your
ride
team name
Mahomes.
then to riding Mahomes.
Yeah, taking back shots with the Mahomies. Um, yeah, the Frogman comes for us all. He's come for me. And saved me last week. We'll see if that happens this week. I worry about Houston.
That will be
I gotta
tough.
play with my lineup a bit because what I'm starting does not match what the unfortunately the fantasy experts say I should start. But
Ramsey's
we'll
nice.
see.
But yeah,
It's
I am worried for you about the Chiefs. Your two Chiefs against Houston.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that volatility is the only thing keeping me alive right now. It's that's just the reality of the situation. Is I don't have the star power that some of these other guys do. I mean, not saying that like I'm gonna fucking broke. Who knows? But it's yeah, it's tough. Where I mean, I'm in a tough spot. If I can make it through this week and the right person gets cut, I'm gonna feel probably pretty good about my chances. I mean, at the end of the day, like a stack like this is gonna either win me a championship or I'm gonna get killed for it. And I just gotta, at this point, I just gotta suck it up and go as far as these two will take me.
I think that's fair. And
That's just
McBride. I
the
think
way it is.
McBride is also just a solid piece that
Yeah,
will
that too.
continue.
I mean,
But he's
Trey
got the
McBride.
Rams this week.
Yeah, I got the Rams. I mean, maybe they'll cannibalize each other. Maybe they won't. You never know. Um,
And then you got Saquon, who will get you 5 points.
yeah. At least, I mean, that's more than JJ has given me the last few weeks.
That's
So
fair. You straight up dropped him.
take
I
that.
love that.
Yeah, I take that as an improvement. If I can get 5 points out of Saquon instead of 1.8 out of JJ, who am I to complain? Um, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm in a tough spot, obviously, but everyone's in a tough spot, especially at this point in the year, except for Jack apparently.
Except for
Jack gets
Jack.
to enjoy his week off, but everyone else gets to wrestle in the mud. And
Next week, you mean? Because Jake's gone this week.
yeah, that's true. You're right. I'm not knocking wood, but we'll see.
You got your
So
$2. You got some $2 to work with next week. If you
I got
survive.
$2. If the right person gets cut, I'm guaranteed a top 3 player on their team. I mean, that's
Not guaranteed. Top four, you're guaranteed because it depends on who gets the tiebreaker between you and Walker on your $2 bids.
mhm.
So
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I mean, we're not at the
and
point
that
in the
is
season
based on this week's
where we're
score. So if you score
throwing
less than Walker, then yes, you're guaranteed.
again another argument for a $1,000 fat budget.
I agree. We will probably be
Yeah,
doing that next year.
brewed that you. Yeah, I did almost choke. It was brutal. I was sitting at a bar, pissed drunk, and I'm like, oh my god, Ted McMillan, 0 points,
Please.
20, 35 minutes into the game, and then he scores a 45-yard touchdown. I'm like, oh my god,
Praise the
Ted's out for
Lord.
tits out for a Ted touchdown.
That's for
Um,
Ted.
so thank God. But we'll see. I mean, I got to play with my lineup and see if this is the squad I want to roll out. I don't understand personally why Pittman isn't a preferred matchup, but against Jacksonville's been pretty soft. But we'll see. I'll
He
play
looks like
around.
they're saying Ibuka over Pittman, but
Ibuka over Pittman.
Buka's a little been a bit shaky, but he hasn't done much either in the last 3 weeks. So I understand your choice. It'd be another risk. But you got
Yeah,
enough risk
like
in
I
the
said,
lineup. Just
just
go all risk. Go all in on the risk.
nope. I've already got that with the stack, so I'm just gonna keep on keeping on.
There you go. Love it. Jack's team, his accolades just keep building up. He finally got. I think that he is probably the first person this year I did not confirm to get all 4 accolades. And I remember last year I created the award of like the fastest speed run, quote unquote, and that means the fastest person to get all 4 accolades. And that was Potter last year. Did it in like 7 weeks, which is impressive.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, this might be the first person. It took almost the whole season, so definitely not a record, but first person. Also, Jack didn't all, or well, no, he was a low scorer, but he had 2 players score over 20, and he was the worst scoring team, the worst scoring surviving team this week. And Walker didn't have anyone score over 20. Just it's kind of funny how that works. Yeah, Jack, we already went over all his bids. Bid a bunch of guys. He would get trades for JT, and that's really the only main guy he trades for that he's going to play, and then trades away Amon-Ra and James Cook most notably, and the Browns D, who would have been startable this week. But he's got the Denver defense, so he doesn't really care. Still has 6 fab. He's got his goal line back, Devontae Adams, that will continue to do that every week. And yeah, is he already safe? Maybe. Don't want to jinx it. I almost jinxed Max last week.
Yeah, fucked up, by the way.
But with Gibbs and then a couple other guys, he's already projected like 156 or something. So I think he's looking good. It wouldn't be my fault for the jinx. Sleeper jinxed him, if anything. Not me. He's looking pretty good though. Last look at Ben. His lowest score last week was JSN. I said it in the chat, and that's just a crazy turn of events. Trading everything he had left, plus Gibbs, who had already played.
He sold the league
For JSN. I mean, yeah, I'm not blaming Ben. He made a move that made sense for him to survive, and JSN only needed to score. It almost killed Jack. Like, think about that. Ben
should have killed Jack.
If JSN scores 9 points, 9.5, whatever it would have been. Jack
if he
dead.
had just held firm, he would have had a better chance of surviving.
Well, yeah, he would have, because I think Jack would have been hurt by the 3 from JSN, and Ben would not have been. Whoever he started probably would have scored more than 3. So that is
That's what happens when you lose your nerve. You trade yourself out of safety.
Or trade yourself into safety by...
Ben traded himself out of safety.
But Jack traded himself into safety by getting
Good
rid
on
of
Jack,
JSN.
bad on Ben.
But like it's funny because he was taking a trade, which in his mind was a risk. Like I'm gonna start a worse player because you can't. There's no one better than JSN at the wide receiver position to start. I'm gonna start someone worse than my guy because I believe I can win. And then that guy ends up putting up 3 points, and anyone else does better. Crazy. I think that is like the craziest thing. It would have been.
Turns out the Benny dogs weren't immortal.
They weren't immortal. The only questionable play, and I called it out before the week and it ended up being true, was going out of his way to trade a little bit of money in the player. I think it was Brees, maybe, for Michael Wilson from Fleming. Right when Marvin Harrison was coming back, I think Michael Wilson was only going to continue to produce like that when he is the wide receiver 1. So, and that kind of held true. He scored 5. So that is.
I waited a few weeks to say this, so I'm going to say it anyway. Ben fucked me on a trade.
No.
For Jahmyr Gibbs weeks ago, and it turns out trading away Jahmyr Gibbs to his biggest rival was his downfall. So, in the cosmic sort of way.
What was the trade?
Huh? Well, we had a deal agreed to, and then he went to somebody else who offered him. We had a deal terms agreed to. Then he went to somebody else offered him more. Didn't give me a chance to rebuttal, and traded Jahmyr Gibbs away to that person. Told me to kick rocks. And here's the dead man. So enjoy dirt, dipshit. Have fun in hell. To be honest, I whether I win this year or not is irrelevant. I'm just glad I survived longer than this guy did. And at the end of the day, he sold his soul to.
Wow, is it the Max and Ben rivalry, not the Max and Jake rivalry?
No, it's the Max. No, I wanted this guy dead for a long time.
Sounds like it's really the Max and Ben rivalry.
Yeah, he fucked me on a deal, so I'm glad he got fucked. And I'm probably gonna get fucked this week. We'll see. But at the end of the day, I survived longer than he did, and I'm gonna take a little pride in that. Have fun in hell, jackass. Um,
This kind of sounds like.
I don't mean that literally. I'm just saying have fun in hell. Um, but
uh,
you know, it was fun to watch him be the architect of his own destruction. Um, it was fantastic. I'm happy to have been there for it.
And it's kind of funny you say that you were just hoping you could survive longer than him, because I remember the first year when Ben and Jake, who didn't even know each other before the league, but they just started beefing. Um, they had a bet on like which one of them would survive longer on the year. It kind of just felt like the moves they were making were only to survive longer than the other, and it kind of assured that neither of them would win the league because they weren't focused on the bigger picture. They were focused on the battle of beating the other person. Not saying I don't know. Maybe you were doing that. Maybe you were doing a little bit of that,
No,
just trying to
no,
survive, outlast Ben. But now you
yeah.
can't
He
survive.
gave me shit when I traded him Devontae Smith a few weeks ago, and then he scored 30.
Mm-hmm.
Where that gets you, fuckface. So we'll see. I'm glad I survived longer than Ben. Ben can rot in hell until next year. Good player. Glad he died before I did. Next target for me is Jake. Because I want to watch that bedwetter go down in flames too. So, but good playing, Ben. You're a hell of a player, and I'm glad you burned before I did.
Ben, congrats on the UVA win today against our Dayton Flyers.
That's
Matt,
fucked up. This guy went to UVA.
this guy went to UVA.
I take back all the nice things I said about him.
Max and I both Flyers here.
Fuck you, Ben. Only one seed to lose to a 16. How does that feel?
You got any more you want to get out?
Crazy. UMBC, Ben? Come on. You're better than that. All right,
Oh,
sorry.
that's fun.
I'm
This is fun.
tilted. I'm sorry. That was fucked up.
Do you have anything previously against UVA other than today?
I just don't like Virginia.
Oh,
I don't know. My dad went to Indiana. I've got a bias against a lot of these powerhouses. Virginia's come up a couple times. They're happy for them to win after they lost to that 16 seed. Like, I mean, the cool thing was when UVA lost to UMBC, Domino's gave out like I think it was like free pizzas or something to everybody who showed up. It was crazy.
wow.
The only good thing UVA's ever done for the U.S. But we'll see. Sorry, Potter, rip.
Potter,
Fun as
R.I.P.
hell.
Amon-Ra was 0. The Browns, and you know what's funny? When I was
He
making the
got
slide,
screwed. Brutal injury, by the way. I mean,
yeah.
that wasn't like the reason he lost because his team was terrible last
Yeah.
week. Definitely didn't help that Amon Ra didn't score any points. But I mean, even if Amon Ra scored, I think 20 points, he probably still wouldn't have been safe.
No, he
I
needed to
mean,
score
he just got
23.
fucked up. There was nothing he could have done.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? These were his top two scorers last week, Amon-Ra and the Browns defense. And then they scored him 1 point combined
Poor
in the next
guy.
week. I think they combined for at least over 40 last week. Mid 40s maybe they combined. Now they scored 1 combined this week. That's unreal. And then 26 fab to the void was a big hit on the economy and how Jack Colson was able to take over kind of after this. Ben handed him all 18 of it, and then Potter died with 26 of it. So that pretty much sealed the deal there. But my question from his team is Saquon even really an endgame player? Like, I see a world where it's the Final Four and Saquon's on a bench or on waivers.
We'll find out.
Probably a bench, not waivers. We're going to find out because Max has him.
I mean, we'll see. There's a chance that I end up starting him
He's in your
based on
lineup
how
right
the week
now.
goes. He's in my starting lineup right now. I don't know. I mean, last time
Monday. Who could
Saquon
you
was
even take out
was in
after?
LA, he put up 40 points, so we'll
I guess
see.
there's a world where you could throw in Hampton over Barkley. That's really your only later person that you have on your bench that can even fill that spot after 1 o'clock.
There's
starts.
a world where I play both Hampton and Barkley if I
Well,
lose my nerve on McLaurin or Pittman.
Yeah, you're gonna
So
have to
we'll see.
probably have an auto sub ready in case whatever
We'll see.
Hampton doesn't play. He should
See.
play
Play
though.
it by ear.
That we will. All right, power rankings. Jack staying up top. I think Walker deserves the 2 spot based off all the analytics and having 2 fab. I have it Jake and then Max and then Fleming. That's pretty much it. Not much to really discuss. I think maybe Jake and Max are close or could be flippable, but I think it's that this is what it is. It is
You're
what
ranking
it is.
a dead man ahead of me.
Hey, only
Fucked up.
leaves you space to move up. Then you'll get the
I
nice
guess.
little green arrow next year.
There we go.
Next week.
Knocking on wood.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, I fucked up, everybody.
No, this should ensure your survival every time this happens. The person
It
doesn't
should.
die.
It should. Yeah, it sucks. It blows.
I should have voted Jake. I voted you, and I should have voted Jake, and because I
I did end up flipping from Jack to Jake.
Smart.
No, it was Fleming. I'm on Fleming actually. I flipped from Jack to Fleming.
Either way, good to flip off Jack.
I did flip off Jack. Fuck. I mean, I was trying to manifest it, but I just didn't have the guts to hold through. So I am on Fleming right now. Fucked up all of you to vote for me, but I get it.
You should thank them.
No, yeah, maybe. I mean, if you thank cowardice, absolutely. I'll put my head on the chopping block. I mean, I've been here before. But we'll see. I'm hoping to prove 6 people wrong this week, including that coward Ryan, who hasn't shown up since the last.
Ryan gets it
since he got chopped. Get fucked, Ryan.
No, he's shown up since he got chopped. A couple times.
Yeah. Where is this rat bastard? We'll see. I mean, it's funny. Aside from Fleming, everyone who's voted for me is a dead man. So who knows how much they know. 6. I only see 5 on the.
I had to combine the votes from both the polls.
Oh, okay.
So someone on the first poll didn't vote on the second one.
Cowards voted for me.
It
was Ben. It was Ben.
It is Ben. Ben's the additional from the first poll.
Fuck you, Ben. Yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see if this holds true. I guess they don't have faith in my stack, which, it's disappointing.
I don't either. I don't like your matchups this week, on top of the fact that you didn't really get any upgrades anywhere other than you got Saquon. But I don't know.
Well, that's what happens when you're poor, Eric.
It is what happens.
I have no money.
That's why I told you I had you from like 5-6 weeks straight in that category of good in the short term, questionable long term, because you get to this point in the season, you can't do anything.
Listen to the dead man trying to tell me how to run my team.
I am going to tell you how to run your team. I've been doing this for 3 years. No, I'm just kidding.
What do you got to show for it?
Nothing.
Nothing. The answer is pain and shame.
If you don't make it past this week, then you have not performed better than me in this league, because I got 4th last year.
Goddamn.
But if you do, like then beginner's luck. You know what? This is just beginner's luck, actually. You and Walker being in here.
You're the Arsenal of guillotine leagues. Give me a fucking break. 4th place is your spot. Goddamn.
You and Walker being here, it's just beginner's luck. That's all it is.
Beginner's luck.
No talent.
The future is now, old man. You're a has-been.
Yeah, I am. I'm washed.
Yeah. Congrats for Ryan, by the way.
Yeah, I forgot to move them, but yeah, Ryan.
The executioner here. We can't have Jack win the league and.
We can't. We cannot have that.
This. That's crazy. That would be crazy.
He gets an additional chunk of money.
Yeah. Eric, can you send me Jack's address? No reason in particular.
Oh yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. Jack, I got a package in the mail for you. Rhymes with panthrax. I'm just kidding. Please don't send me to jail. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been fun.
A lot of guys in the one, by the way. Just like look at all these people that got it last week. It was Mitchell, David, Potter, me, Fleming, Ben, and you all got our first one last week.
I thought it was on the week. I thought it was. I
Maybe.
thought mine was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, then whatever.
I was at one for a while. I
Okay,
don't.
never mind. You've been at one.
I
You and
don't
Mark have been
think
at one.
I didn't. I'm surprised I didn't get because there were 2 votes
Yeah, how
last week.
bad
I'm
do you have to
surprised
be
I
to
didn't get
not get a
either
2
one
out of
right
7
last
vote?
week.
No one was 2 for 2 though. That would have been cool if someone
Yeah,
could
that
have
is.
been.
I mean, I don't think anyone expected Potter to go home. I think a lot
No.
of people expected Ben. I'm surprised I didn't have either one of them.
I'm
I'm gonna
glad I was
take a look
not on the
here.
Fleming train because most people were on Fleming.
I was on Fleming. But people decided to hop off the Fleming train this week.
Yeah, he is
Yeah,
not. He's
I had Fleming, and I'm retarded. I only voted once. Okay, yeah, so that's on me. I
Oh yeah, you
deserve
did
my
only
own
vote once.
failure.
That would be why you didn't get one this week,
Yep,
probably.
nope, I deserve my own failure. All right, well, thanks for having me. I'm sorry, run long.
Absolutely. Nah, it's okay. We kept it under an hour with how these go. I'd say that's a win.
Yep.
But yeah, I'd hope to get if anyone else wants to get on before the end of the season. I know we don't get probably are not getting a lot of viewers at this point in the season. Probably just the people alive at the most. But yeah, good luck everyone. Final 4 next week. As always, don't get chopped.
Have fun in hell, Ben.